Once Human has revealed a brand new mode that is very similar to Rust. It's called RaidZone. We had a lot of new information drop from one of the community managers in the official creator Discord, and I'm here to give you all that information about what RaidZone is going to be like, what you can expect with the client downloads, all that stuff. Also, they dropped a little bit of information about Endless Dream that I'm also going to share in this video at the end, so stay tuned. Now keep in mind, this is only things that they've told us, and if there's more, I will try to cover that as well. But for now, this is all we know. RaidZone is going to be a part of the same client as Once Human. Basically, whenever early access starts, as long as you have Once Human installed and I'm sure updated to the recent update, you will be able to see a mode called RaidZone. All characters are going to start on equal footing with no inherited supplies, blueprints, materials, mods, none of it. You're not getting any of that. Starting fresh. Aside from that, we know that RaidZone is going to have full map access. Yes, that's right, and hopefully this time it's not a communication error, but from what they say, you will be able to play from Way of Winter area all the way down into Manibus. Also, from the get-go, you'll be able to explore the entire map. There will be no phase locking or gated content. You can feel free to explore how you want. So yes, if that wasn't clear enough, all regions are explorable from the get-go. Once Human, RaidZone also has specific skill trees that are PvP related and also dedicated equipment for PvP. You will be required to gain all new weapons and armor by getting them in the game. And they say this is a perfect experience for a player who enjoys PvP. Now they discussed here hardcore PvP. In this hostile world, nowhere is safe. Your territory structures can be destroyed by rival metahumans. Also, if you are playing with your friend and you're not on a team, they are open to friendly fire. So make sure that you're on a team if you do not want to shoot somebody. The character does stay online when you go offline. Same with your territory. It will be open and vulnerable to attacks, and yes, you could log into having nothing and be completely naked. Plunder is the law of the land, and defeat means losing your gear and supplies. Apparently vehicles will have no ownership as well, so it looks like everyone and anyone can just mess with the vehicles, and apparently the vehicles won't be able to just be called to you like in the typical game of Once Human. To survive, you're going to need to band together with allies to make sure that your base is fortified. You're going to need defensive installations. We're talking traps, turrets. You're going to need the works. Stockpile weapons, ammunition, explosives, and then go raid your rivals' territories. But stay vigilant for ambushes and hidden traps. And in this mode, you'll be able to make 3 territory constructions. However, you cannot move those at will, but there is free will building. So that means you can build at any place in the world. However, the territories that you did set down, the 3 that you did, they're not movable and they will stay constant, determining where you place them. Combat deviations will also have new abilities and mechanics, which will offer unique tactical advantages and is supposed to add strategic depth. Ursula, your new deviation companion, evolves alongside you, her power growing with every new realm fragment that you collect. When fully strengthened, this new companion can actually summon an entire Manibus. That's right, can bring a Manibus down out of the dang sky, dealing tremendous area of effect damage and opening a huge dimensional hollow. However, wielding the original entity's power will also destabilize the realm and also speed up the arrival of the settlement phase in that scenario. You must choose whether or not to wield this catastrophic power. And really, that's all we know so far about RaidZone. If I get more information about it, I will make a video on that and let you guys know. However, moving on to the information about Endless Dream that they gave us. Endless Dream will include something called Dream Zones. These zones will be out in the wilderness and you will need to go out and find them. These dream zones will contain unique features like environmental traits and combat effects. As you venture deeper into these nightmares, essentially their effects will stack and multiply. As a metahuman, it's your job to purify these zones and reshape its environment and its rules. Construction's also going to be possible inside of dream zones, even without a territory terminal, allowing you to unleash your creativity and also overcome the nightmare by any means possible. That being said, there's also some information about player progress. Apparently, Endless Dream is going to have multiple endings. Dream zones and deviants will evolve as the scenario progresses, presenting ever-changing challenges. There will be something called Eternal Dreamers. This is a new enemy that you will need to defeat. For every Eternal Dreamer that is defeated, it actually speeds up the process of each phase, which will intensify the scenario's pace and difficulty. Your collective efforts to purge these Eternal Dreamers will also decide the world's fate. Will the world be saved, or will you watch it just be destroyed? Now, as far as we know, both of these things are coming out in early access on May 21st or May 22nd. We're not too sure communication-wise. Just be aware that early access is very soon. And with that, that's everything that I know so far about the new RaidZone and the new scenario that's coming called Endless Dream. If you guys like one-to-many content and news, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, share this with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video.